One woman was telling men that she was going to give a lot of money to anyone who could lift the bar that was on the floor. At this point, another woman appears and says that she could do that, but when the men look at the other woman, they start laughing. One of the men tells her that she was too skinny and that she would never be able to lift that. He tells her that she should go home and rest, because that is not her place. Another man then tells her that she should leave and that she would only be able to lift that bar when she was as strong as he was. The man then asks if he would really make money if he lifted it. The woman says yes, it's that she would give him a lot of money if he could raise it. He then says that it was too easy for him, that he would be able to get up easily, but the woman says that the one who should try to get up was the other woman. The man says she would never be able to lift it, but the other woman says she could. The other man then tells her that she would never make it and she says that she wanted to bet with them. She said that if they raised that bar, she would pay more for it and the other man says he agreed. The woman then asks them if they were really going to bet if they could lift that bar with just one hand and the men say yes. The other man says that he knew he could lift it with just one hand and that he was sure of it. The woman then takes their money and tells them they could start. The man tries to lift the bar, but he can't and the other man starts laughing at him. Seeing that the man wasn't going to make it, the woman says that the first contestant had been eliminated. The other man then asks how the man couldn't lift that bar, but the man said something was wrong because he was too strong. The woman says that there was nothing wrong with that bar and that the man was not as strong as he imagined. She then hands the money to another woman and says that the other man could try to lift that bar. He then tells her that she managed to deceive the man, but that she would never succeed in deceiving him. The other woman then says that she was sure that the other man wouldn't be able to lift the bar and that she wanted to bet more money on it. He said he was sure he could do it and that he agreed to bet more money. She then tells him that he could start trying to lift the bar and then the man tells him to think better about it as he knew something was wrong. The other man tells the man that he knew what he was doing, that he was sure he could lift, but when he tries to lift the bar, he can't. The other woman says he could ask the man for help if he wanted to. They try to lift the bar together, but they can't lift and the other man says that something wrong was going on there as they were unable to lift the bar. The woman says that there was nothing wrong with the bar and that they just weren't as strong as they imagined. The other woman says they shouldn't underestimate other people. The man then says that since she was talking so much about it, she should try to raise the bar. She said that she would raise much more than that and that if they wanted to, they could bet more money. The other man says that since they couldn't raise together, she wouldn't be able to and then tells the man that they should move more money away. The man thinks about it for a while and then tells the other woman that he wanted to bet more money with her because he knew she wouldn't be able to lift that bar. She said she accepted the man's bet, so the man told his friend that if the other woman could lift that bar, they would be in a lot of trouble. The other man asks why they had a problem with it and the man said he couldn't lose that money. The other woman then tells them that if she managed to lift that bar, they would have to apologize to her. The man says that when she felt bad about trying to get it up, they would take her to the hospital. She said she was very disappointed in them as she hoped they could have a little more humility. The other man then tells her that she should worry about himself since she was too thin. She then proceeds to measure the bar and this leaves them very surprised at what she was doing. She then finishes lying and starts doing some math and then says that she would be able to raise the bar. She then asked if she could start and the man said that if she needed to go to the hospital, they could take her. She says it wouldn't be necessary and then says she would start. At this point, she manages to lift the bar on her own, which leaves them very surprised. The woman then says that they already had a winner and the other woman says that it was very easy. They are very surprised by it and start thinking about how it can be true, since they couldn't lift the bar. The woman then tells them that there was nothing wrong going on and that she had only done what they couldn't. The other woman says that force did not always solve everything and that intelligence was also necessary. She says that this would help them understand that they shouldn't underestimate other people just by their appearance and that intelligence was very important. They then tell her that they were sorry for what they had done and that they would never again underestimate someone just for their looks. She then hands the money to the man, telling him he could keep it, but he said he couldn't take it. She tells him that he should keep it and that she had only accepted the bet to prove that intelligence was more important. He then asks her where she trained and she said that she didn't train and that she was just a physics student. The man doesn't seem to understand exactly what the woman was saying and his friend tries to explain to him that she was actually a physics student. He says that now someone understood, but the woman says that he apparently hadn't understood yet and that she was just too smart. The other man then asks his friend if he now understood what the woman was saying. The man says that he was very furious about that situation where he was not understanding what they were talking about. She then says that she didn't have much time left to stay there and that she needed to leave as she was late for her class. The other man then tells his friend that although he was very strong, he was not very smart. As the woman was leaving, she tells them that they should study some more and then leaves. When she leaves, the man says he would spend that money, but the other man tells him not to. The man says that his friend was right and that he should save that money to pay the bills he had. Another man says that he was being very smart at that time and that he should save that money to pay for some lessons for him.